All right, we are back for round eight, and I learned that I was speaking over my co-commentator Sam, who is joining us for the eighth game from the other side of the country. Know that neither of us had any idea that we were speaking over each other. So if you were laughing at us, we appreciate it. But just the same, we appreciate you hanging out all day today, especially those of you who've made it through all eight games. You just got here. This is round eight out of, I think, 24, where the top two players in each division of the North American Collins Championship will play a finals. I think we even may have a semifinals. I should really learn, considering that I'm one of the
There,
directors of the tournament.
if I may
Anyway,
properly, oh, there are
yeah.
semifinals. I do believe there is a best of three semifinals, and
All
then
right.
there is finals. I don't know how many games the finals are out
I
of.
think maybe both are best of three. The finals could be best of five. Regardless, what do you think about this game, Sam? We have Dave Wiegand, who is 5-2, kind of the odds-on favorite to win the tournament, and Brad Whitmarsh, with rocking the new beard at 6-1.
I'm excited. I mean, maybe Brad's beard gives him like a whole new element to his game, but regardless, I haven't gotten the chance to commentate on Dave's game, and Dave, like you said, probably the favorite to win the tournament and a multi-time national champion. So always great to have him on the stream. And Brad had a great victory 2 games ago. I think it was 2 games ago where he played Huitanes and among other
Yeah,
plays. So I'm just I'm just happy to be here,
yeah.
as they say.
Well, I hope this is a good one. I mean, as you know, I think a lot of folks know, Dave is my main Scrabble opponent when I do actually get around to playing these days, and he's just so much fun to play against. A lot of people think of him as like this very like offensive player who can just score points like crazy. But I tell you, and this isn't me tooting my own horn per se, but he and I have probably played many hundreds of games during the COVID years and everything. And I'm known for being a defensive player. I swear, Dave Wiegand is like one of the best defensive players at Scrabble now, and it's just not fair.
That
So for my
that's
part, I'm sorry.
well, that's an entirely new element to his game. I mean, he's that's elevating him even further. So
Yeah.
the pinnacle of Scrabbledom. So I mean, we'll just get. I'm just excited to get to watch, and if maybe we'll see that part of his game play a role. He did start with Clift, so he's starting with a
Yeah.
C, shutting down the left side of the
Yeah.
board. So
Yeah.
maybe that's a harbinger of things to come.
It seems like he's going to be playing something overlapping a bunch of twos this turn, whether it's Motor or Gloom or something. I think
And
Gloom is what I like here over Motor on the other side of Kui. Just keeping GO instead of ORT.
well,
Sure
Gloom comes,
enough.
yeah.
But it appears that Brad is going to hit first. I have to imagine we're going to see Topsider here, but it's possible that he could do something else. Gloom is a decent point sacrifice, but GO versus ORT already is going to be pretty close to, I think, the 8-point difference it is, 7 or 8 points. Uh, and also, Motor just gives back, I think, in general, a much worse scoring spot on the left side that I'd be a little worried about. Hey, Bynack. Right now, Brad Whitmarsh on the right side of your screen is 6-1. Dave Wiegand 5-2. I believe in second place after a 5-0 start.
Brad's about to take an early lead in this attempt to go 7-1. Like you said, top
Yeah.
probably top slider, or if failing that, then periods and cliffs.
Would have expected him to play it pretty quickly. Brad usually pretty solid on his higher probability stuff. And otherwise, you're pretty much looking at what periods and cliffs, and that's I don't know. I think that's a pretty big step down.
Yeah. Um, I guess he could be thinking of if there's another anagram that places the D or the P on the double letter, or he just
Dorpiest.
yeah, exactly, or he doesn't see topside or doesn't know tops, or like probably knows
Yeah.
topside. In fact,
It looks like he knows Topsider.
okay.
Topsider's going to come down. Good job, Brad. You got us a little nervous there for a sec.
And maybe some people don't know that word. Just saying, but Brad does. So
Yeah.
most importantly, and we do have the first and second place players in this game. Brad at 6, like you said, Brad 6-1, Dave 5-2.
So I don't know if this is going to make a whole bunch of difference for Dave in terms of what he was planning to play.
So just to update the score, Brad has now taken a 106 to 54 point lead. Andy's drawn the second blank, or sorry, the first blank. So that's definitely going to help.
Yeah.
I wonder if
play blank met. I think it's bankment. That sounds like a word.
bankment. That sounds like a Collins word because I think it's embankment a word, and then you just take
bankment. Bankment is not a word.
Okay.
I probably would have played it. I'm not gonna lie. So
looks like Raj. Looks like Dave's setting up Raj to go on the C column with Rem,
which is in fact going to block a bingo. There is a bingo there,
and it's not bankment.
No, 5CR4BB13 found the play.
Wow, that's a really excellent word. But he will at least get to hook Raja.
Yes. Well, see Dave's letters now.
Dave is drawn entropic.
What do you think? Yeah.
And he's probably, I don't know why he's just had it set up in random order, but he's probably going to play entropic because I imagine Brad is going to play something like Bank and Raja, and that's going to keep that E open. Maybe not. I keep predicting things incorrectly on the stream, but I would think I would think that's kind of the spot to play, and he doesn't have any 5-letter words there, so, or it would have to go even further over to disrupt that E for entropic.
Yeah. Even bankment doesn't play.
No. Like bank meet, like a meetup at the bank.
A meetup at the bank, Sometimes that's what you have to do. That would score a lot of points.
Yeah.
Oh, so many times this afternoon where
I know
it's possible for could show up.
I was just thinking, if Dave hadn't played Raj, your quiz of me earlier of the hooks of OO was very relevant on this board with the triple letter score there. But I guess, yeah, it's so much
Well, at least now I will never forget OOM. I mean, I was pretty certain of it at this point, but
and not nice. OUM.
And OUM, I'm now even more certain of as well. And there's something nice to be said for having consolidated a memory with consolidating a fact with such a strong memory is what I'm really trying to say. Clearly,
and there's bedtime. Right? Well, that's true. You're right. You'll remember it now. And another pointer, another part of it is UMA, I guess, that OUMA is acceptable.
Right.
That just makes this thing. I mean, like any set of words that in Scrabble, there are all sorts of mixed up combinations, I guess.
Especially with not a native English word where it's not necessarily adhering to the same rules of grammar that we expect. Looks like bank is coming down, however.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's what makes it so tricky.
Yeah.
Quackle points out the anagram of bank Nobk, which is probably slightly preferable just because, I mean, I know it doesn't happen that much, but if Dave plays a little dinky play to the triple word, or if he hooks his S, it might score fewer points, but it's just a small consideration.
Well, I don't think Dave is going to have too much trouble finding
entropic
here. He does not miss too many bingos. They do call him, and by they, I mean him, calls himself Dr. Bing. Though it is looking like I think Brad is now going to have draw a comeback bingo.
Where he meets, I think?
I believe that is the one. It's not B teams.
Yeah.
Or is it both? No, it's both. Wait, isn't it both? Isn't there some other weird spelling of B team? B.
Oh, it's B meets. It's B meets, like to mete out punishment, and B teams. So.
Oh yeah, BEMETE. Yeah. Oh, did you think BEM?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Oh wow. Dave picks up
lots of things.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's fortunate. Yikes.
And so what's Dave going to have next turn? I'm not sure I see a place for him to play as Bings.
Oh wow, really?
Infinity Words points out Brad had Time Bank, which is, I've heard Time Bank before. That's like like in poker, maybe, like you have a time bank you use or something, and you're like in a game. Not in Scrabble, but anyway, not acceptable. Not in the dictionary, obviously, but it's an interesting word. I wonder if Brad knows B teams and B meets. If not, he might. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he plays B teams, that what keeps him safe from a bingo, right? But B meets would give back Femitars.
B teams is slightly better to double that M.
Wait, Femitars? Am I an idiot? I'm probably an idiot.
Yeah, is that a word? I was kind of.
Oh, it's Femitar. I was down.
You had me fooled.
It's Femitar. I realized this and I'm like, I think I'm making up a load of poop, as they say. Well, chat can understand truly how rusty I am, in case anyone still wants to say I have any idea what I'm doing. Now you know that. Yeah. Framius, Farmius. Yeah, you all know what's up. Well, in that case, does seem like a little bit. No, vibrates. Okay, I quit Scrabble. Both B meets and B teams give vibrates.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's a weird Collins only word, and that would be interesting because it would be a pretty offensive play. Yeah.
If Brad doesn't see or isn't confident of these bingos, I was about to say he doesn't really have much to do, and he's sort of demonstrating that because all he has is this sort of dinky play for 16 points. And the good news is he didn't give Dave back a place to play Fairest. So
blocked Fairest, which I completely forgot about.
Oh, I missed that. This anagram. I did all relatively new.
I saw it. I just didn't think it played.
I'm sorry. A lot of fake news broadcasted from my side where I'm.
Look, I don't think anyone here, anyone came to listen to this section is like the best players. If you wanted to listen to Will, you come back to listen to Will. Otherwise, you're getting Sam and Evans and Conrad and Matt Canick. You're getting pretty rusty. We're getting some, I think, Mike friends as well. We're going to be seeing. Itemizers almost fits very cool. I'm sure there's some cool.
There's Mestiza.
Yeah.
How Mestizic relating to a Mestizo?
Yes, Mestizic.
Or he has Zemstvik relating to the Zemstvo.
Zemstvik. Isn't like doesn't Zemstva mean pertaining to as Zemstvo or something ridiculous?
I don't know. I just assumed
Doesn't
they were.
doesn't Zemstva not take a Zimmies? That's nice. I once won a game by playing Zimmies
It's called
from a
Simus.
T.
No,
Hmm?
it's Simus. It's
Oh,
I
it's
know
Simis. Oh,
it's a Yiddish word.
I was gonna say it sounds yeah.
Trevor looks on the board, which I thought is funny when he played Raj. I was like, oh, there's a T hook, and then I just completely forgot about that.
Did you think Trems was?
No,
I
no.
mean, I completely missed it. I have no. It's okay.
Um,
I've had a long week. It's okay.
Dave remembered the T hook, unlike me. Yeah, Simus is a Jewish. It's like a meal where it's with like it's really sweet. It has these like carrots and sweet potatoes and stuff, and like it's in this like sweet sauce, and it's like beef, and it's all together. It's like kind of weird. Maddie, my wife, thinks it's like really weird, but anyway, that's Simus, which would be a blank M and ends in es. But
Yeah.
anyway, he has his choice of bingos.
Well,
Mestizo.
now I mean now Mestizo plays for 8,000
Oh,
million
that's
points.
a lot. Yeah.
So honestly, the reality is that he probably should not have played Ferris. Except Dave himself has drawn unwaged.
Oh my god. This game is
So
being friendly.
yeah. So there's a chance that. Well, I mean, not a chance. It's quite likely that Brad is going to play Mestizo or Mestiza, only to have Dave play unwaged on the far side, which of course means the board is now wide open. So who knows what happens after unwaged? Whatever, like
Yeah.
whatever Brad draws, obviously becomes very important. What a fun game.
Perfect way to end the day for everyone viewing and for us watching.
I mean, we've had good games this afternoon. I mean, honestly, like the first one, Colton's game, like he was in trouble for a lot of the game, but otherwise, games that kind of came down to the end, and this one is going to go pretty deep into the game, if nothing else.
Yeah. Last game was crazy. I mean, last game was so tense, back and forth, last second victory, end game, out into victory. And yeah, this is going to be a high scoring play.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he has found it. Dave is probably going to be like, ouch. Dave's in good shape with a big lead. He's like, oh, I'll be fine.
He just went up by 80, and now he's going to go down by 40.
So
and then he's going to go back up by 30 again.
Right. So most likely the game is basically going to be tied. It's like nothing even happened. I don't know what the blank is. I assume an O, but
could be an A.
Could be an A. A is more. I mean, I guess it doesn't even really matter. Blank is in fact an O. We have confirmed. I expect Dave will play unwaged pretty quickly, unless he somehow chickens out of it. And it looks like he sees it. It looks like he's gonna play it. Yep, he's gonna play it.
Not surprising that he knows that. I think that might be a Collins word. I don't know.
That's a Collins word for sure. I mean, unless it got added.
I'm wrong. It's not it probably got added.
Oh, okay. I would say, yeah, I haven't looked at a TWL word in 8 years, so.
And they're going to look at it on the challenge computer.
Reasonable if you don't know the word. It's a terrible rack, so it's the kind of play someone could try to, pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah, at a recent tournament, it's very I mean, it does very Collinsy. Like at a recent tournament, I had unedged, which it does have a valid meaning. Rob Rubinski patiently explained it to me that you can unedge something that has edges, I guess. But I like
such a good scientific description.
But instead, I played like dengue for way fewer or something. Nudge. I played nudged.
Oh, okay. Well, that is a heck of a draw for Brad. Holy cats.
Well, that's an even better draw for Dave. I think I'd prefer.
Oh my god! How does he do this?
his
I mean,
meteoric.
look, look. Don't get me wrong. He's the best player here, but wow, he just drew Entropic,
Four. He's about
Ferris,
to 4 in a row.
Unwaged, and whatever.
This is the bungo, I believe. Bingo, bango, bongo. Or is there a name for this one?
I call it the Irving, but
Irving, yes.
call it what you will. It's not a.
Scrabble is saying it's the bunzo, and so is Infinity Words. Bingo, bango, bongo, Wiegand.
It seems like it has been co-opted by some of the newer Scrabble generation, which I'm here for.
Gen Z maybe making it bunzo.
Yeah, though I don't know if is Chess Bunzo Gen Z. I don't know. It's they're talking about a specific player in this case.
This news to me.
And it's since you've been gone. Yeah.
So Brad, maybe he could play La in the bottom left, taking that Raja hook. Because I don't really see a nice way for him to use his Q or his X. So I might just try to score some points and hope to, draw a U or draw an X, draw an I for X.
Or even just an I. Well, no, I mean QI. Like you can almost hold on to the Q here, right?
Yeah, and he's going to play La.
Oh, you know what I think the play was here? Has chat called it out yet? I think the play was OOH. Isn't Trema good? HALL for like 30 something, keeping QAX.
Oh, I didn't know Trema.
I think Trema is the play here.
A diaresis, 2 dots placed as a mark over. It's like on the O and C home, I guess. The 2 dots placed over the letter. Is it Trema? I mean, maybe. I'm not. It's sort of what it seems.
I thought that was an umlaut.
Oh, maybe.
Or is it the same thing? Maybe an umlaut and a diaresis are the same thing.
I don't know. Sorry, I might be more misinformation. But Trolley is an excellent.
Oh wow.
At least he's impressing with 6 overlaps. If he's going to make an Irving or a Bunzo, I mean, Dave's doing it in style.
Goodness gracious, though. Well, Dave is back to being pretty far up ahead. Brad's going to need to play off his QU here, I think, if he wants to have much of a chance. Get the X down soon after. I mean, yikes.
At least he drew that U. That'll help. Well, at least in theory.
Well, I mean, Quinn looks pretty good through the eye and Clift.
Yeah. With the OO hook.
Yeah, you gotta learn those, Sam. So now you know today. That's what you got to learn for your next tournament. all the OO hooks. That said, Quinn leaving DALX, it saves AX up in the top, which don't really want to block those lanes, but they're there if nothing else for points. Next turn, Dave looks like he might finally slow down a little bit. Unless he, of course, finds Trema and Ooh now, which, to be honest, he probably will.
Quinn will at least block that. Yeah, you're right. But, Squad is coming down instead.
Squad is coming down.
Maybe he didn't notice that Quinn overlap play.
Probably so. Definitely missable. That is not really where you're thinking of scoring points on the board.
Yeah, because I definitely would rather keep that foul and score a bit more. And Dave, I don't know. You're you know him better than me. I'd expect him to find that Trema play with Have.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there any universe where he wants to start controlling the board in the top left, but probably not.
With like a hate heaven, like he's got lined up, or just heave.
Yeah, I mean, something like that, that certainly starts to make it a lot harder to play.
Starts to exhaust the top part. And I mean, he's up by a bingo, and he's going to go up by, 100 or 90 points after this play. So that is reasonable to try to exhaust that top of the board.
Yeah, scores should be updating here in a sec. I think, yeah, 408, 341 is what I have by my count. There's no annexal, right?
No, that's a reasonable Collins type of play, but he does go with have. I mean, it's such a nice score that Brad gives the nod of approval. That he's found a nice spot, and Brad knows his fives. Clearly, his Collins only fives, or at least he knows that one.
Yeah, well, he missed it earlier, so maybe maybe he's realizing like, I might have had
not of recognition
a play there. Yeah, more like crud, I missed that. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder. He probably won't try annexal. It's just too funky. But it is like when you're desperate and you're losing, and then you're like, well, maybe Collins has adjectival form.
It does, in fact, look like, yeah.
So I guess
it looks. I don't know what it looks like. It looks like something.
We'll just play like lengths or something.
I don't mind lengths. It sets up a really huge double lane that's not that obvious to block. Also, makes that M kind of, good leave, keeping that M open and space up there.
He's not down by. I mean, it's still.
But he's down 100. There's still one more play getting added in here. It should be 447 to 341. So it kind of sucks that he can't score a ton with the X here. He'd really, really like to.
And thank you, Scrabble, for 5 4 Bubba 1-3 for explaining what a trauma is in the chat.
Yeah, like you, took Latin for a number of years growing up. So I think you and 5CR4BB13 could have some Latin conversations if you wanted.
Well, yeah. Once in a while, it comes in handy. I played Lyceum like ham the other day, because I figured, Lycia ends in an A, doesn't take an S, so it must be the plural of Lyceum. So once in a while, Latin is useful. I mean, I guess if I knew other languages, there's so many languages that are included in Collins that it'd be helpful to know. But yeah, love me some Latin.
Yeah. Well, I think it looks like Brad was maybe going back to redo some of his tracking. Kind of at the point where he knows he's going to have to get kind of lucky here.
There's like packs, like axed. I mean, I don't know, because it is. I agree with what you were saying about the score on this turn, and it'd have to be like Dave has a really bad rack and can't score, and draws into a bingo as well. That type of situation. Or Brad somehow draws. I don't think there's time to draw two bingos.
Looks like you're getting showed up on your Latin here. How does it feel? How does it feel to be old?
Oh, a long word.
It's true. A Y seems like it would be slightly odd.
I think I'm
I don't know any Latin, to be perfectly clear.
I don't know any Greek, so but I'm.
Octopodes, right? The real plural octopus.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Everyone knows some Greek. The rest is, all Greek to me. Okay, sorry, I'll see myself out.
That was funny.
Well, as I said, be here all weekend and even into the new week. Oh, it looks like Brad has drawn on wages.
Wages, yeah. Yeah,
Try
no,
it, maybe, maybe.
I mean, he might, like with XU. It's, it's kind of that time. He knows unwaged is good.
Yeah,
So, gun whales through now.
yeah.
Dave's just going to keep on scoring, keep on balancing. Dave's probably going to bingo again.
Certainly has a chance. If you're Dave, I'm assuming, yeah, he played
I mean,
icy. Makes enough
there's
sense. I mean, he's looking at a good tile pool. Like he can
yeah.
afford. Honestly, he can afford to get bingoed on again and still win probably.
And I wonder if this is one of those situations where Brad opens it up just to get hit with the bingo, like he plays
Yeah,
some paw or something, and one person's. So I don't know. Probably
yeah.
not going to happen, but
Unwagers. It's just not. Again, like, what's the thing that gives Brad a chance? I mean, I feel like in an ideal world, right? There's 4 in the bag you want to play, right? Are there 4 in the bag? Am I making that up?
yeah, I'd want to play like 8. I just want to score some points and then hope to bingo. I mean, the truth is he's down by too much. It's probably not. But were you going to say you'd want to play like 3?
I think you want to play 3. Yeah. Don't give Dave a chance to outscore you by giving him an extra turn. I mean, don't just sacrifice everything to play off 3, but if there is a play that plays off 3, I would take it.
I was thinking of like just awe or something. I mean, it's pretty basic, but like you might get a bingo. You're scoring okay. I mean, it's probably not going to. You're not going to win with it, but it's probably a decent play, even just from an equity like standpoint.
Well, it looks like that he is what he's playing. It looks like he's hit the clock. I mean, I think the biggest thing is like, what is your M bingo? Like,
I don't.
make sure you're going for something. And maybe there's a world where I don't know. EW is better because there's more bingos that play up there. I think that's just the thing. That like, what are you going for?
That's a
Like
good
as an
question.
like as an example, EW, gives you a chance for maulings. As could happen. Maulings and Nilgaus could be tough to block both of those. Nice thing about well, I guess that's the last A. I was saying nice thing about Oz, it sets up a dog, except he played as E. So yeah, maybe EW. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you could draw into. Yeah, that makes sense. What you're saying. EW could draw into, I don't know, salting or something even atop a DAW. So you might be right that I hadn't really thought it all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, looks like this time it's not really going to matter because Brad decided it would be a good idea, a genius move, in fact, to draw another U. So that's gonna, from our perspective, end things for him this game.
You might think about this for a bit because on the one hand, he wants to make sure Brad doesn't bingo, and then on the other hand, maybe he wants to bingo. So, because that pool is just so like polarized, where it's like Brad could have a really bad rack, or Brad could maybe even have a bingo. So
Right.
he's maybe he'll just play one tile. Like to your point about leaving 2 in the bag, he can just play one tile, and he might. I wouldn't begrudge him for thinking about this one for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he could see a rack of like Dungiest and Gundies, for example.
No,
There are some. It's probably not enough to like win or lose, but it's still worth thinking about. I mean, you could. Yeah, I don't know. What do we see here? Chat has not come up with anything yet, but is there any
Chad
odd
is
fish he could go for?
one wonderful fish wants to fish for Merlaton. So there's that. But
Yeah.
Strategy chimes in that Dave can fish off the end to hit overlit and outlier
Yeah.
with the two worst tiles, which is a really good point that Brad
Yeah.
really didn't keep UUV when he played Awe. So
True.
probably some of those tiles are in the bag, and
Yeah.
as we can see, the V is in the bag.
Yeah.
He's fishing the R though, which maybe is. I mean, it hits violent and outline, but violent. Can you spell tread like that? I don't think so. Can you?
Just try.
Just
Yeah.
try.
So,
Yeah, he
well,
would have if he had fished the N, he would have hit overlit.
overlit. Speaking of words that keep coming up.
Yeah, from the way back from round 5 and
Alec against Brad.
Brad. Yeah, Brad
over lip. He was fishing for
yes,
overlit there as well.
round 6 rather.
Well, it's probably pretty clear that Brad can't win, but it seems like he's got nothing to lose by fishing off of you, right?
Well,
I mean, from his perspective.
are there any bingos out there?
Sure, violence.
I meant ones that violent and what's in the bag? The D. There's D in the bag.
Oh no, I made a typo in the Quackle file. Sorry about that. I'm a genius.
No, but there might be.
There's a D in the bag, yes.
Yeah.
No. I messed up the bag.
But so there might not be any bingos unseen to him, I guess, to your point. So I guess if there's no bingos unseen, then I guess yeah, there's nothing wrong with fishing a U. And in fact, he's gonna hit Swading, but it's not going to. Well, he'll hit Dungiest and Gundies.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll hit a bingo. I guess he'll probably play XU.
Oh, he's playing UR.
Well, he's blocking his own bingo. Well, that'll make it a lot easier for Dave to block because he only has one bingo to block.
Right.
He would have had to play like OI or something, like, right? I mean, he would have had to play. Oh no, I guess he could have played Violent. In fact, he probably would have played Violent to the T or to block, but instead, Brad's going to have Gundies, and well, he can still play Violent to the T to block, or he can play. I don't know, something starting with I guess, if there's something like.
Yeah, that is in fact what Quackle recommends. Something that starts with I. Get into endgame mode. We need a screen that says like Sam's endgame time.
Yeah, it's good practice because I keep shouting fake words and whatever.
Yeah.
People Infinity Words points out he was blocking red. But there weren't any bingos that I saw that went through red.
He was blocking tread.
Yeah, maybe he thought tread was a word like me. But there's a word that starts in envoy and envoy, ovine. I'm about to start cheating.
That's okay. You can cheat if you want.
Cheat. Oh well, changes the game entirely.
You're in the working world now. You can do whatever you want.
Inlet in Intel, one of those maybe, and then he keeps VO, and then he can play Evo, and then he can play Vor at the bottom or Sov or something.
On the right track, but the answer is INTO.
Oh,
According to Quackle.
And then he keeps a Lev. Okay. In love.
And Vexil. Holy cats.
Oh, he's setting. That's nice. That's very nice. That's
Yeah.
love.
Newt Nitz, you're headed there soon too. Don't you?
Yeah.
You know it's coming eventually.
I have to earn my keep as a commentator. You know, they don't pay me the big bucks for nothing. So us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of. By the way, there was a very nice that Jotun had a very nice endgame sequence in the last game that Benji and I were chatting about in the chat. Jotun, the reason it was scored more than Jor was it was like AIVER hooking the E to make.
Hooking Wex.
Anyway, I'm a full game back. Yeah, so Dave, I'm sure he'll block Gundy's. Well, he's definitely going to block Gundy's, but he's just deciding. He's just
on his toying with his prey. I think we need a poll in chat if we think that Dave is going to find Into or if he's going to play Violent or something else.
How methodical are you when it's like the end of the game and you've won the game and it's an end game sequence where it's like a few points here or there, like this one sort of is?
Not that much. The way I kind of look at it is like I have a limited amount of energy, especially towards the end of the day, or especially towards the beginning of the day, so that by the time I get to the end of the day, I want to save myself for like the tough plays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's the right thing. You should absolutely play out every end game. I just don't.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot sort of how draining tournaments are, and especially long tournaments like this one. That's a 3-4.
But that's why Dave wins so much, is because he's perfectly happy to do that and he enjoys it, and
I'd be impressed with. I mean, I guess you play. I don't know. You have to think to see that you're setting yourself up for Vexil is really like next level. That can't be. I would think Intel is probably a couple points off of that, maybe.
It didn't show up on the queue, but I mean, I don't know. Quackle doesn't always.
Maybe it gives back. Maybe it gives back a bingo or something. No. Yeah, Duel Links. So I probably don't want to do that.
I mean, Dave can feel pretty comfortable that he's not, going to give back anything. I think he'll find all the words here, but
so I guess
I don't even know what has he been considering.
Yeah, I don't know. like what has been? Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he's. Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's thinking about that beer he's going to have in a few minutes. The funny part is his wife and my partner are the two drivers tonight to dinner, and I think they're both like waiting outside right now. Hopefully they were able to park.
Maybe the question is, how long do you take on your? Okay, there's the block. Oh, he's blocking over that way.
Oh, fully. That's an odd play because it gives Brad indulge.
Oh yeah. Maybe
that's one of the not better end games I've seen Dave play ever. Maybe even Dr. Bings.
He's humanized.
It's
the end of a long day.
Yeah.
Just block it and go home and go to your.
He's ready for that sweet, sweet taste of beer. He just lost 2 games in a row, I think. Ugh.
Well, he bingoed 4 times in a row in the game after.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we got some good games this afternoon. All competitive games, fun
Yeah,
games, good stuff to talk about. It's like single
definitely.
just come down.
Fun was had.
Yeah,
Words were played. Points were scored.
words were definitely played. Well, as we finish up here, what's your next Scrabble event, Sam? Where's everyone going to see you next?
I actually don't have one. Speaking of next, I don't
Speaking
know
of
if that was
next,
intentional or not.
it wasn't, but thanks, Dave, for making me look special.
I really need to find a next one on the calendar. I'm probably not going to be around for like Albany. I sort of want to try like one of the. I think Coco has a New Year's tournament. Maybe I'll be able to do that in California somewhere.
I think it got canceled this year.
Oh, never mind. But I don't have one on my calendar, so I'll have to put one on. Maybe Crescent City. That would be fun.
That's what I
I
was
haven't,
going to ask. What about that? I mean, we'd always,
I've
of
never,
course, love to have you out here for Hood River, which is one of the
maybe
most fun tournaments of the
Evan's
year.
always maybe that could be a lot of fun. I need to Google how to get to Hood River, but I guess
Oh, we pick people up from the airport, so you
ooh,
just take a
ooh.
take a flight from DC.
Well, yeah, and then it'll give me something to train towards in my studying.
Yeah,
So I either Hood River or maybe New Orleans or something in the new year. I wish I could do another one this fall, but probably something in the new year. So and yeah, unfortunately, nothing like definite, but I'll
yeah,
try to make some plans, firm that up.
yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
I think next year is gonna be mostly in Oregon. I just got some other stuff going on
Mhm.
in life, but I'll be at Hood River, and we'll see about New Orleans. I've been to every single one, though I haven't played that many of them.
Well, maybe I'll see you in Hood River or New
I hope
Orleans.
so. I mean, we'll certainly we always get everyone to and from the venue to the airport,
Okay,
stay at people's houses for a night, whatever.
I'm a maybe.
All right, cool. Well,
But
I hope
this
you're
is,
listening, Jen. I hope you're listening.
oh,
I could see Evans. He might be
they're right
listening. I don't
there.
know.
You can
Right,
just
he's probably just watching. I need Will's thing where I can like draw on the screen.
like
Um, yeah, but hey, we're done. It's 6:30 here. It's 9:30 there. Um, let's let yeah let's get you off to Sleepy Land.
yeah,
And
that's what I'm going.
yeah, well, hey, it's been fun, everyone. Today, 8 games. Looks like Dave and Brad are going to be up at the top, and we'll see who's playing tomorrow. Beyond that, Sam, I want to thank you for commentating this afternoon. I think you and I will be back tomorrow afternoon, but Evans will be back on tomorrow morning for rounds 9 through 12.
A
So
lot
with
of
that,
fun.
we're going to sign off from Seattle, Washington State. On behalf of Sam Rosen, Conrad BB, we'll see you tomorrow.